planet, which at first is good for us because that's lowering bacterial volume, and bacteria may cause diseases. Okay, sure.
That's natural selection.
But exactly, it's artificial selection. We are artificially getting rid of all the weak bacteria, but of course, by default, the survivors are, by definition, the strongest ones. Yeah?
How is progress on climate fix that
well, the real trouble is you can't fix it. There is, you can make 99.49s if you want, but 100% doesn't exist.
delay it?
Which is, by the way, not very good advice. Like, I feel you, and I know the point you're trying to make, but don't forget that more sick people isn't good for us either. They're winning anyway. All right, number 5. I'd like to do a quick demonstration. Keep it quiet. Everybody watch this. Everybody watch this. Raise your hand if anybody in this room, raise your hand, if you have visited South America in your life. We got like 7 or 8? Yeah, okay. Raise your hand if you have visited Europe. Woo, world traveler. Raise your hand if you have visited Asia. Anybody visited Africa? Not that common. Oh, we have a few. Anybody been to the South Pacific?
Oh, no.
Anybody been to Australia? That's kind of South Pacific. Okay. Here's the funny thing. This classroom has roughly sent out 1 or more representatives to all the continents and a handful of islands too. Oh boy. Does anybody know what vector means? Not mathematically. In biology, what's a vector? No, in biology, it's a thing that carries a disease. A thing that carries a disease. So, who are the individuals that carried the Asian diseases back to the classroom? Okay, thanks, guys. And who are the individuals that brought the diseases from South America? Hi, everybody. Hey, everybody, look out for Lauren Wolf. She's a... Oh my God, hotbed of disease, this Lauren Wolf. That is a total joke. I hope everybody knows I love Lauren, but here's the deal. With more travel, hold on a minute, with more travel, you get more vectors. My point is, in this city, in 2 days, if there was like a superbug, it would really spread to all the continents from here. There's no way. What's that video game where you make pandemic?
Yeah.
Where you make a disease and you're supposed to decide it to spread?
Yeah,
okay,
cool.
That's for real.
Yeah.
The video game is a video game, but the real thing is when people travel, diseases spread. You know, one thing that video game doesn't mention is fishermen from the mainland go fishing off Madagascar and vice versa all the time. That was missing from the video game. Okay. I guess I would have made it too easy, right? Next. Number 6. Climate change will cause more humans to migrate. We call them environmental refugees. But if you think about it, we know some things will happen in response to climate change. This is very clear. I don't have to make detailed prescriptions about or predictions about the rainfall in Bangladesh in 2050. I can just make a really generic thing, and I know I'm right. There is one very fundamental truth about climate change that's undeniable. Things are going to be different. Food will be different. Habitat zones will be different. And so, there will be social disruptions, and people will be moving more. Hi. Hi. Oh, hi. Thank you. Nice to meet you too. Were we going to meet yesterday? Or that one?
Yeah, we kind of got messed up.
Okay. humans will move around more. More migration just means more shuffling the decks. To whatever degree there are foreigners among us, there will be more of us among you, so to speak. Number 7. The basic evolutionary arms race. Do you guys realize that some bacteria have 15-minute generation time? So roughly, you can go 1 million generations of bacteria in 30 years. I'm 36. No. I'm 35. I get confused. This always happens. I was born in 77. 35, right? This always confuses me. At some point, it's really hard, I swear. There's that evolutionary arms race concept. The idea that bacteria just evolve more. They evolve faster. We don't evolve in one generation. I'll be the same guy when I die. I'll die with my genes I was born with. Bacteria will be 1 million generations ahead of me for every 30 years I've been alive at that point. That's one species of bacteria, and there are, of course, millions of species of bacteria. So you understand the odds are just not in our favor there. We're big and slow, they're small and fast. Number 8. Diseases travel faster when people are less healthy and more crowded. With urbanization and climate change, you'll get that critical combo of less healthy humans more crowded. So the disease spread rates will go up. And finally, the last one, number 9, is kind of science and kind of not really science. This might be hippie propaganda. I'm going to drop it just in case it's true, but I could be wrong. Please take a grain of salt. I'm a very careful scientist. I hope you understand that your bodies are exposed to more chemistry than they are designed for. Remember, your bodies evolved in a very simple world with very simple food and no weird chemistry. In evolutionary terms, you're a caveman in a weird place. Because think about it, we've only been alive for a few generations with modern agriculture and the Industrial Revolution and cities. Let me finish this. You are a caveman wearing funny clothes, talking a new language in a strange society. What this is important for you to understand, your immune system wasn't built for all the stimulation. Think of all the weird chemicals your body's trying to either digest or sort out. Many people argue our immune systems have become less effective because they're overwhelmed. I mean, think about it. They were built for really simple lives. But we are not effectively different. You are genetically identical to a caveman. You're not smarter. A caveman could beat you at chess. If you talk to them and explain the rules and they have to practice, they could beat you at chess. My point is, you're still built for that life. Your immune system was never designed for this. You'll see more humans today than you would have seen in all your life. Your body was designed for that.